that the end and aim of all our spiritual discipline is to still the mind. We may be chanting, we may be doing bhajan, we may be going through shastras, swadhyay, works of masters. Ultimately, it should zero to stilling the mind. So we would read today morning, twice we have read this, what Mataji said about this. Papa was always impressing on me to do Nam, Dhyan, Seva simultaneously. But at first, I never attempted the latter two, but concentrated all my attention on chanting Ram Nam more and more. It lent me strength to do dhyana, to fix my mind on Papa's divine attributes like Thou art eternal, Thou art infinite, Thou art seated in the hearts of all, and so on. Then both Nama and Dhyana gave me the strength to serve everyone, looking on them as forms of my eternal infinite Papa, serving each one according to his or her need. In the matter of doing service, we should be careful to serve each one only to the extent she needs our service. We should be neither less nor more, respecting their own wishes. We should not hurt their feelings by imposing ourselves on them in the name of Seva. When we are firmly established in Nam, Dhyan, Seva, we come to identify ourselves with the whole universe. When we are firmly established in Nam Dhyan Seva, we come to identify ourselves with the whole universe, and we derive the same joy in serving those around us as we get in serving our Guru himself. The mind reaches a state of stillness or void, like the space between you and me, between the road and the sky above. That emptiness pervades you within and without. Then you get sakshatkar in no time. We'll stop there because the rest of the Mataji is, all of us have been trying to do Ram Nam and trying to concentrate upon the sound. But all of us are involved in various activities. Many of us don't get time to exclusively try this. Mataji points out, the mind reaches a state of stillness or void. So it is felt that we also exclusively sit for that. Try. So tomorrow is a full day before us, starting from 8 o'clock in the morning. It goes on till 5 o'clock in the evening. We will have various sessions. But what is more important is, we are trying to train the mind to go inward, to feel at least a fleeting glimpse of the stillness or void within us. We have been assured by masters that when we get a fleeting experience of the stillness within us, we will be able to feel it outside also. So the first attempt is to feel the stillness within us with the help of Ram Nam. This should be very clear in our mind. Even when we are talking now, the sound exists. The sound is there because of the soundless base in it. Because there is a soundless base, the sound is there. Sound can exist only on a soundless base. Change can exist only on a changeless substratum. Movement is possible only on a movementless substratum. These are all common sense. So even when we are talking now, when the sound comes, we are not aware of the stillness or the silence, but we know now that there is. The moment the mind tries to go inward in search of this, we fail. Because our habit is to objectify and then go along with that. Here it cannot be objectified because stillness is the base, the subject. So it cannot be brought within the ambit of knowables. The knowable means a thought. So some exercise is necessary by which the thought process ends and we get a glimpse of that stillness. This is what we are trying. And then when we are firmly established in Namdhyan Seva, we come to identify ourselves with the whole universe and we derive the same joy in serving those around us as we get in serving. The mind reaches a state of stillness or void like the space between you and me here. It is because of the space we are all existing. But at the moment we are unaware of the space. Similarly, we are in search of this stillness. So tomorrow we will go step by step, and many of you are joining. So it might be helpful if we go through that process. Yeah.
Are we going to have Vishnu Sahasranam tomorrow and Satsang before or not?
Ladies will be in this room, gents will be in another hall.
But are we going to have chanting of Vishnu Sahasranam? 5 o'clock.
No, we will tell you, the timing we will tell you. We will tell you. What happened? What happened to? It's gone? Okay. 7 to 7:45, all of us will be there as usual.
Something got logged out. Came back up.
7 to 7:45, as usual, we will all be in the bhajan hall where the flower offering takes place. After the flower offering, those who are taking part, from that moment the Mauna session starts. So we will all silently go to canteen, Bodhanshala, handle everything, taking the plate, getting the breakfast, all in a attentive. Let us try to avoid even eye contact. Eat there, clean there, and then come back. Ladies will come back to this hall. Huh?
Yes, they are not hearing you.
You are not hearing. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yes. Okay. But this purpose will not be served because you are sitting somewhere, no? We are talking to the people who are before us, who are going to take part in the program. Anyway, you can mentally take part. So after the breakfast, the gents will proceed to the hall, usual hall. Somebody will guide, and then gents will be there, ladies will be here. And then 8:45 to 9, the chanting box through, we will be hearing Ram Nam. So we will all silently try to mentally closely associate with the chanting. And 9 to 9:45 is the first silent session. During this silent session, we will all be sitting. And then some suggestions are there. Each one is free to take part in their own way, because ultimately our aim is to still the mind, okay, by turning our mind towards it. So the first attempt can be mental chanting. We have heard that chanting from the chanting box. Same tune or whatever tune we are comfortable with, we try to do it mentally and then go along with that. We also try to hear our own mental chanting. This will go on for 45 minutes, each one, closing their eyes. Then 9:45 to 10:30, walking session. We all come out. Every change of session, there will be a bell, and somebody will come and show you, this is walking session, this is sitting session, like that. But nobody will talk. So the walking session, when they show, we all silently get up and go for a walk. And this walk, again, it is not a walking session. We are trying to train the mind to get it fixed on one particular to the exclusion of all other. So suggestion is, every step when we make, we consciously do that. Silently. Anywhere in the compound. You can do that here, outside, anywhere. But you are not looking at anything. You are consciously trying to become aware of the every step. So that at the exclusion of one thought, all other thoughts are arrested. Then we come back. Then the second silent session starts. Here we are just sitting and watching the thoughts. Let us not bother any thought that comes. But we become the watcher. So at times we may be carried away by the thought. Again we bring it back. We are watching. We become aware of the thoughts welling up in our minds. So slowly from the thoughts to the watching. Papa used to declare, the watcher is the real you, the self-immortal. So this will be 45 minutes, silently closing and watching. We don't have to put any label to any thoughts. Usual thoughts will come. We are not worried at all. We are only watching the thoughts, not identifying with the thoughts. Okay. Then 10:30 to 11:15, That is over. No? Is the watching the thoughts. Then 11:15 to 12, there will be a seva session. From the ordinary newspaper, we will try to bring out paper bag. The procedure we will sell. Silently, we will all disperse into groups and either one or two or three or four, we will handle each stage and finally to bring it out. Whenever we are unable to go ahead, we can watch. Somebody will do it and assist them. So that will go on till 12. That here again, no, we are concentrating on a particular activity at the exclusion of all other activities. And this walking and this Saiva session will help us to maintain this concentrated effort on one thought even while we are walking or even while we are doing anything. We are trying to train our mind. And then 12 to 12:30, we will all silently go to Bhojan Shala for our meal. Previously, we were serving it here. Then last session, it was suggested that we will ourselves go. The only thing is, there should be some moderation. Each one can decide. No? If the quantity is more, we will feel sleepy. So each one can decide what little they have to take. And then 12:30 again, we are back to our own place, hall or here, and free time. Absolutely free time, but observing silence. Then 1 to 1:30, each one will be given a book and pen and everything. They can write any name of God. Those who are comfortable with Ramnath, they can also do it. Any name. Here the idea is, when we write the name, for example, those who are well conversant with Anandashram Nama, Om, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, in any language. Om, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. So that means the entire mind is involved in that. So half an hour we are trying. Again, we are trying to train the mind to get fixed on one thought. And then 2:15 to 2:45, second walking session will be there. This time, we become conscious of the trees, the plants, the butterflies, the sound, the air, the sound of the air, the sound of the chirping of the birds.
Before that, what we need to watching, breathing, 132 to 130 to 250.
Oh, 1:30 to 2:15, sorry, again third silent session, where we try to watch the breathing. Normally we are not aware of the breathing at all. So there will be a conscious effort on our part to watch the breathing. That means again getting fixed on one particular activity at the exclusion of another. And then second walking session, where we try to become aware. Even a slight sound, even a leaf, falling. Training our mind, to become concentrated, focused. And then 2:45 to 3:30, the fourth silent session, trying to feel the gap between the mental chanting. Oh, that means by the time, mind has already been trained. So the mental chanting goes on. There is a gap between Om and Shri, Shri and Ram, Ram and Jai, Jai and Ram, like that, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. We may miss, we may forget. Again we try. So try to, that is the purpose, we started with that, stillness, the gap between the two mantras, two sound. And then 3:30 to 3:45, there is a tea break. somebody will, immediately the placard will come, we go get up and then it will be served here. Then 3:45 to 4:15, silent session, trying to reflect on the power behind seeing, hearing, tasting, touching and smelling. All these things are happening, we are not aware. At the moment we are seeing, there is a seeing entity that which we are not aware. There is a hearing entity. So behind all the sense organs, there is a power that activates an effort. Then 4:15 to 4:30, when we do that, we know that all our efforts by itself cannot give us, so there will be prayers, 15 minutes. It will be there, printed and given to everybody, so they can silently go through that and consciously go along with the theme, not merely reading, all silently. Then afterwards, 4:30 to 5, in that book, we write our feedback. This feedback is required to refine it it has been helping us. This is the 6th or 7th, no? 7th. So this 6th session we have this last. 6th session, okay. 5 sessions we had. And the feedback from actual sadhakas, that will help us to refine it for the next one also. So then feedback, then 5 o'clock we all disperse. We go to those who want to go back to their room or go back to the Samadhi Mandir, where Ramnam will be going on, then we attend the Arati. So 8 to 5. No meeting, but briefing will be there, recorded. Oh, that is not mentioned, right? Oh, we forgot, okay. Proceeding to the hall, breakfast, in between these 10 minutes, 8:15, 8:30 we will all be coming, As soon as you all assembled, the briefing in there, proceeding to the hall and hearing the briefing. That briefing will be a recorded message. We won't be talking, both in Malayalam and English. So that again, whatever we are now telling, again to prepare our mind for this one-day journey.
Ladies are here. Gents is
But throughout the period, our request is we should be constantly reminding us that the purpose of this exercise is to somehow train the mind to get fixed on one thought at the exclusion of all other thoughts, and when it has been sufficiently trained, it can turn inward. Then only we feel it will be easy for us, or it will be somewhat easy for us to get a glimpse of the stillness within us, the void within us. The whole exercise is meant for that. So altogether there are about 5 sitting sessions, 2 walking sessions, 1 seva session, 1 writing session, 1 hearing session. All the time we are always trying to, and we are observing absolute silence. So far, when we conducted these 5 or 6 sessions, all the participants were able to enthusiastically join, and everything went off smoothly. That is the one which is giving us the incentive. So that is why now Papa, by prompting and arranging and facilitating us, every month on 2nd Sunday, we will have this session. We will just also show you, she has come? No. Okay.
5 minutes more, only 5 minutes more.
5 minutes.
ठीक है. So again we will go through 7 to 7:45 flower offering, 7:45 to 8:15 breakfast at Bhojanshala, 8:30 to 8:45 proceeding to hall and hearing the briefing. Here also it will be there, there also will be there. Then hearing Ramnam chanting from the chanting box for 15 minutes to settle down. No? And then 9 to 9:45 first silent session, trying to hear the mental chanting. We have heard it, no? Same, we try. Then 9:45 to 10:30 walking session first, concentrating on steps. Then 10:30 to 11:15 second silent session, watching thoughts. Without labeling, without any prefix or suffix, just watch. Then let us see what the outcome of it. Let us not now precondition our mind with the outcome. Let us see what exactly it is. And then watching the thoughts. Then 11:15 to 12 noon, Seva session. 12 noon to 12:30, lunch. We all proceed there. 12:30 to 1 o'clock, free time. This was expressed by our participants. So, it's all right. Relax in bodies, in whatever way you want. But silence. And then 1 to 1:30, writing Ramnam. Ramnam or any name of God, no? So, each one is free. And 1:30 to 2:15, silent session, watching the breathing. Placards will be there, so we don't have to bother. This sheet also will be there, but as each session you will get a bell. The moment you get the bell, somebody will come and show the placard, so that we naturally enter into the next session without talking, without anybody telling anything. Then 2:15 to 2:45, second walking session, watching trees, plants, flowers, butterfly, etc. 2:45 to 3:30, fourth silent session, trying to feel the gap between the mental chanting. 3:30 to 3:45, tea break. 3:45 to 4:15, the final silent session, trying to reflect on the power behind seeing, hearing, tasting, touching and smelling. If we get a clue, password to any one of these, we can enter into everything. That is why all these things are mentioned, not that all these things we should try. If we try to enter into it through any of these, then that stays there. That is the one which is pulsating, activating, motivating all the sense organs to do that. Beyond that, it can't be explained. So it is an activity. Let us see what the outcome is. And then 4:15 to 4:30, 15 minutes, we read out the prayer mentally. That means we are bridging the gap between us, the sense of individuality, with the power within. And then 4:30 to 5, writing the feedback.
Do we take down the notes?
Whatever you feel like. Every session, suppose you would like to write down, that's okay. So that means you have to collect the book first itself. That's all. It will be kept there. The idea is somehow, whether it should be done this way or that way. Any other method, suppose you feel to concentrate, you would have tried, you would have succeeded, that also you can try. These are all some broad guidelines. Because ultimately we want to have a taste of that stillness. At the moment the mind is turbulent. It always tries to go out. So first we have to somehow try to take it and turn it towards this. So that is why all these sessions, we hope, from the feedback we have received, we find it is working. Some amount of control is there. And by perseverance, we may be able to go nearer to the ideal. And the greatest advantage is we have our vocal energy because we don't talk and we try to avoid even eye contact. So it is almost, an effort to go in an introverted journey as much as possible. During this 8 to 5 means 4 plus 9 hours. In these 9 hours, even if we fail for a few, we will be able to definitely consolidate our earnings. So 8 sessions are there.
Yes. There are 2 silent chanting sessions. Yes. 9 to 9:45, one silent session of chanting.
No, that is hearing, not mental. You are hearing your own mental chanting. You are chanting, you are right, you can put, and you are hearing your own mental chanting. Then the next one?
Then the 2:45 to 3:30 is again filling the gap between the chanting.
Yeah. First we are trying, By the time we go through all these 4 or 5, the mind would have definitely prepared itself to watch the gap. First, when we try to hear, we are putting a fence to arrest the outgoing tendency of the mind. Try now. When we try to hear our own mental chanting, the mind, there is a fence. It will not go out. Because the moment it goes out, you will not hear. So the moment it goes out, again you are bringing it back. You have to hear. So first session is that. The second session on the mental chanting is, we try to find the gap between the two Om and Shri and Ram. As we said, it is not that it should be fully followed in this manner. We can adopt any method, some clues. We thought it might help. If anybody has got any other suggestion, they can try.
So, Swamiji, we deliberately go slow to fill the gap.
Whatever it may be, you have to feel the gap. The stillness, that is the crux. We must have a taste of His presence within.
Swamiji, one more question. The first silent session and the fourth silent session, there is a lot of gap in between. The first silent session, we are just getting a grip of trying to see the gap between the...
First silent session is mental chanting, trying the mind to chant. From vocal to mental, no? We are all now vocal chanting. From there we are trying to move to the mental chanting.
Yeah.
Second session is watching the thoughts. Because thoughts are taking out, So we try to watch. What happens? Let us not say now, precondition. Let us watch the thought. Any thought that arising. And then, third one is watching the breathing. And fourth one is trying to feel the gap. And fifth one is reflecting on the power behind. That means by the time, if we are blessed with that experience of the awareness of that power, then it can easily connect itself to all the activities of the sense organs and the mind.
For this session, we don't move about, sitting there only.
Sitting session, it will be preferable to sit only. Walking session, you can. That is why all these things are given so that the body does not resist or.
But if we are sitting in one place, how can we feel the play of the senses?
How can?
How can we feel the play of the senses?
You try, in your own way. How you have to devise. You open and see, you hear something. You try in your own way. You devise your own method. What is it that makes me to think about that I must see, Something by which, you become introverted. It is, don't get stuck with this academics. We are trying to we want to try to somehow turn the mind inward.
Swamiji, that fifth session, will you please
Huh?
explain in an example of something, seeing or hearing?
Fifth, trying to, now you are looking, Now we are carried away by the looking. Now we are trying to understand how does the eye see? In a dead body, the eyes are there, it is not seeing. Now in us, it is seeing. What is it that makes us to see? You may not get the answer immediately. It cannot be answered, but it's an experience. You are hearing now, What is it that makes you to hear? You would have, when you had taken your coffee and a biscuit, then you have tasted the tea. What is it that made my tongue to taste? In a dead body, all these 5 organs are there. There is no activity. But what is it that makes me to do that? An effort.
That will go a scientific reasoning,
Huh?
That will go to a scientific reasoning.
Whatever it may be, let us not precondition. Let us go through that process, and that process will give us the outcome. Let us not form a concept. Let us put ourselves on a process. The process will give us the needed outcome, and that outcome is ours. If we now try to understand through the mind, it's a concept. It will distance us from the experience.
What is our objective of that session?
Stillness, What is inherent in us? What is inherent in us? That power. We become aware of the power which makes us to talk now. And what is the outcome? That let us see now. Again, let not the intellect go on as analyzing it. Let us put on a process. And the process will definitely give us the...
Swamiji, we have to keep our eyes open at that time.
Whatever it may be, it is left to you, What? Eh?
Yes. Every day, it is the right course. He says it is the right course.
You name it in any way.
Swamiji, so this is being recorded, so going forward in the other months, those of us that can't be at Ananda we can follow this at home and then Mana
Yes, they can follow at home also if we cannot.
100%. You can improve it, refine it.
You can do.
When you do that, suppose what is suiting to you, each one is unique. There cannot be a general prescription for a spiritual journey. So each one's body, mind, intellect, constitution is different, taste, temperament, preference, priorities. So we have to see devise method, but somehow we have to get started, So some guidelines, and with that guidelines, when we earnestly pursue, our own method will emerge out of it. 100% sure. So initially we go just like when we go back to our childhood days, we were taught all the alphabets or the tables, and then what did we do? That was the basis from which we developed the whole thing. The language, through language, so many things, And our own absorption and our own assimilation is what is important. That is why in the examination hall, no text will be there, no teacher will be there. You don't know the question, but you are trying to answer the question in the way in which you have absorbed or assimilated. Up to that, something is necessary. Text is necessary, teaching is necessary, school is necessary. Similarly, whatever we do under the banner of sadhana, it cannot be a generalized one. But we need something to start with. All Mahatmas, they tried in their own way, and they could reach the highest. In our case, and they were exclusive. Mataji, we wrote, she was in her 25th year. We are all senior citizens. Our baggage is too heavy. So in her case, it was all right. And the exclusive, we are in the midst of so many activities. On one day, we are striving. So these are all the points that will dilute our concentration. So when we try to do this through 5 or 6 sessions, we will find something emerging out in ourselves, which we try to blow up. And this is what we have seen in the five sessions so far. You do that. It has to be shown, no?
Well, bring it in from there.
We cannot show this and everybody cannot see this, no? So the idea is somehow to train the mind to go inward. If anybody gets any idea tomorrow after the knowing, this also can be avoided. We will try it in the next one.
We can send from wherever we live, we could do a review as well, yes? We could do,
Huh?
send here.
They can use what.
Yeah. That is why those who are hearing now, they will not be trying in their own home.
Swamiji, it should have been a workshop.
Even if it is not possible to sit for the whole day, they can try for at least 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever is possible. Anything tried, it will not go waste. It will not go in vain. Because we are trying to discipline our mind. Huh? It is difficult, no doubt. Try, keep on trying. What else can you do?
Swamiji, actually, it should have been at least 3 days workshop. Continuous 3 days Mona. Then something will trigger.
Let us see how it shapes. Now let it go. Let this run go for a few more days. Let us see how it.
They have a lot of problems. Swamiji, one more question. Is there any person who has continuously taken all 6 workshops? Ashram.
Everybody is there, no?
Oh, so good.
99% everybody attends, those who are. If they are nearby, people who cannot come from distant places, they may not come. Otherwise, anybody who attends, he will not leave it.
Can we see the first part, please, on the top? I'd like to see what time we schedule. Yes, in the schedule.
I'll show you.
Thank you. 7 o'clock. So 6 o'clock is.
This will be given to you.
This will be given to you.
This schedule will be given to you.
But 6 o'clock is still meditation.
Huh?
Yes. 6:15 meditation, 6:30.
That will be here.
Everything is as usual. All programs are as usual.
Morning program, up to 7:45, everything will be there.
Tomorrow afternoon, so I'll have to see you
Tomorrow
sometime.
afternoon, she is leaving up to afternoon.
You can join.
Yeah, I will join, but I will have to say goodbye then, maybe tonight.
Don't worry. So much, so good. 1 session, 2 session, 3 session.
Tomorrow I can't say goodbye.
No. We take the prasad today itself. Somebody else is also going. They will also come in the evening. It happens. Many people would have already planned, they would have done. So it doesn't matter. Even if we stay for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, what? You can do that.
Swamiji,
Ah.
so going forward, if you ever decide to have 3 days workshop, can you give us overseas a few months notice?
Three days workshop, if at all you plan, can you give advance notice? So
Sure,
that
sure.
we can
We can fly.
Sure. We are not competent. We are trying now. We ourselves are not. No. We are trying. We are trying to learn so many things. We will see how it works out.
It will be like Vipassana, Swamiji.
Eh?
Vipassana. It will be like Vipassana.
In Vipassana, there is a stiffness is there because nothing else is there. 10 days you are sitting. Morning till evening, you are sitting, not even an eye contact. People go there, people stay there, people enjoy that.
I want to come here.
And 10 days to get leave, and it is an all world movement now. Everywhere. Goenkaji is wonderful. He was prompted to do this, and it's so many centers are there. Anyway, forget it. The idea is to somehow, we are very clear. We would like to become aware of the power, the subtle and mysterious power as defined by Papa. We have to become aware of it somehow. Now, we will just show the Seva session. We are not very clear, but you will all have some idea how to make a paper bag.
The plain paper.
You first show the other one. Then we will show one by
Or
one.
the video will show
A
that
video.
first. Okay.
Finished produce. Prasad will be given to you in your bag. Now starts the process after this. First paper. Gluing. Meticulous.
Maybe Swami, I can cook for you. You see it once you show me.
Are we supposed to know now? So we that we've seen the picture, the video.
And in silence. That's going to be hard. No asking doubts. No asking doubts. Exactly.
Our mind will interpret, why should we struggle? We go and buy a bag. But that is not the intention, no?
That's a nice picture,
Ah.
Swamiji.
To put ourselves on a process by which the mind gets trained to concentrate upon one at the exclusion of other, and perfection, no? Perfection, meticulous. No step is insignificant, unimportant, or irrelevant, no? That is a great lesson we are trying. Super. Right. Very good.
I think they picked a nice picture on Swamiji in the paper. Did you see
Eh?
a nice picture on the paper?
Now, okay, nice to see now. How do we do that tomorrow? Lot of people are there. These are the four. How many stages? 4 stages, huh?
No, many stages.
Eh?
These are 1, 2, and it's upside down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, put about 30 of them.
30.
No, many others are. Step by step, so many stages are there. Thank you, 1 second.
So we will see a group, there will be about 30 people here and 30 people there, I hope. 30 or 35 people will be there. How it should be done, each one will try to do something, and there will be, when people are unable to understand, at least somebody will be doing it, let them watch. And
Do we
that
get marks for the results sometime?
you will give something. You can keep some chocolate.
Yes, I'll keep it.
Anyway, the idea is to concentrate upon one thing at the cost of another, and then we may be doing it in various fields, but there, the priority is to excel in that, so that, we become efficient, we are recognized by others, all those things. But here it is no such thing. Here the whole same procedure by which we are trying to somehow turn the mind inward. What is it that prompts me to do that every time? The power behind the doing, the power behind each and every step. We try to slowly become aware of it. When the harmonious marriage takes place between the person and the action, the seer and the seeing, what happens? Let us try to understand that. Let us not precondition, put any concept of it. This is an exercise, otherwise it can be easily done, it is not like that. This process of 45 minutes, we saw it now. This 45 minutes is going to teach us something. Apart from doing a paper bag, that is the outcome outside. But far, 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 far from it, that process, mental process, you can show this.
Here, this is the final outcome.
Will you show the video again?
Yeah, we can show you again.
Here you will get, we don't, Gen section we don't know whether we will try. Here you will get. You can explain in brief. You are given
Here.
5 minutes or more.
Yeah, this is just taking screenshots from the video itself. You have plain paper, you put glue and turn it around, fold it double, then you fold a bit of it which becomes your cover here on the top, a double thing. And then after you finish this part, you fold it in, which is folding this side. Okay? And you fold that in, Then you fold the bottom half. When you fold the bottom half, you make that flap. After this, through these procedures, then you stick the bottom half over here. See? You stick it up. Listen in silence.
You can do one stand in front of us and show us.
Yeah, we can all sit down together and we can try it because everything it's the first time for all of us.
We've done it. Because we can learn it in our minds first.
We can do one thing, we can just bring one paper and try it out ourselves just now. So. What do you say, Sandeep? We'll bring one newspaper and try right now? We won't stick, we just do the folds. We can do this only. We fold this fellow.
She wants to suggest.
So, what?
You can do one thing. See, that 1, 2, 3, 4 numbering we can do. And whoever does not know can follow.
Then look at it.
Yeah.
That is the idea.
To the video and
Yeah.
put it on.
And the video also can be on loop in case anybody wants to go through the video also.
You take one more printout and give to them.
Them also.
So each one section somebody can handle.
No, this will be here.
Yeah.
This
Numbering.
also will be. The numbering I have put 1, 2, 3, 4 is
Stage by stage. Stage.
Numbers are there.
So this will be put up.
Something,
Some.
don't worry, something will emerge.
Anyway, all of us are novices, so we are all learning it first time. So,
So I put in the middle, you stand in front and we all sit around and watch you.
So this copy morning we will give, you know,
yes, Sandeep.
this schedule.
Yeah, we can give it in the morning like last time.
Okay.
At flower offering time outside when they come out, we'll give them.
Will we do
No, when they are here,
Oh, when they're here only, we'll give,
when-
not like last time during the
you can
pre-dinner.
ask them if they want. So some idea you all got, no, about tomorrow's program. So let us go along with it. Don't worry, whatever we gain is a plus point. Whatever we gain is a plus point. And let us, tomorrow there won't be any, day after tomorrow, those who are here, we can definitely read out the feedback also, so that we will know where we have to improve, where we have to concentrate. All those things can also be. This is a self-evaluation, no? Feedback means self-evaluation. How to what extent we have been successful, and which are the areas where we have to concentrate more and more. The ultimate aim is to somehow feel the presence of that power. At the moment, all our sense organs are taking us for a ride. Seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling, thinking. And we are not aware of the power behind it. And then these exercises, 4 or 5 sessions or 7 or 8 sessions, that will definitely give us a fillip, a push to become aware of the power behind this, which is called stillness, which is called subtle and mysterious power, which is called life force, which is called consciousness, which is called intelligence, whatever we call it. Papa names it as 3. With that we will close. What is it that we are searching for, no? Papa says, in this world play, there is one power at work, one consciousness that witnesses all its movements, one intelligence that guides and controls all affairs. In fact, one spiritual radiance which is flooding the entire earth. This power and radiance is God, and His will ever triumphs. That means the moment we realize that the above power is witnessing all our actions, starting from the moment we get up till we retire to bed, there cannot be then any divide between spiritual and worldly. In this world play, there is one power at work, one consciousness that witnesses all its movements, one intelligence that guides and controls all affairs. In fact, one spiritual radiance which is flooding the entire earth. This power and radiance is God, and His will ever triumphs. This is our ultimate goal. You can tame it as void, stillness, silence, vitality, creativity, anything that we can name. Life force.
Swami, she is requesting when they are sitting, walking, all those things, minimum disturbance to because to others. That try to maintain that.
Let us also try to ensure that when we are involved in various, it should not cause any disturbance to fellow sadhakas, that's all. It won't come, but still let us be careful. Then let us see, we pray to Papa to guide us properly tomorrow, the entire this thing, and enable us to eke out the maximum benefit from this 8 to 5 session. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om.
Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Our friends over there. Our Google Meet friends.
This is the simple one. What I'm showing is the box on the side of it.
Correct. This is a simpler one. But that's a complicated one.
No, this is one. That video is not.
I can use that
Box on the side. It's very complicated.
Is it?
So you get this video. That video has a box on the side, right?
Just the one thing has left additionally. We want to use it. All they have done is they have actually just they have all they have done is they have made this. So they have made this part. What they have done is they have made this and folded that.
Without going this box. This is just a
Yes.
It will be very simple. It will be like this.
But then it will hold on that.